Here on YouTube, and I am also gonna go live on my Instagram page, and we are talking about life after marriage. Life. Hey, hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so welcome back. I am live here, and we are talking about life after marriage. I'm so sorry, the connection went off. Yeah, I hope it's a bit stable now. I hope so. So yeah, let me just move my bed a bit further and then I'll go live on Instagram as well. Need to move my bed forward. Hi! How you guys doing? What's popping? Yep. Okay, so today we are talking about life after marriage. I just want a few more people to join this conversation, to join this video, and then we would, kick off. So, yeah, I put a post this morning on my page. Hi, I see you guys. I see Koi, Butter, T, Bamilicious, that's Tolu. Hi, Adebingbe, Alafe. Hi, how you doing? I see you all. So today we're talking about life after marriage. Let me quickly accept the request from my girl, Princess Oliver. Um, we've been talking about this topic for a while now, and yeah, I'm happy we're doing it now.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, boo!
I want to go to Canada with you. I want to pack my
Come
bag.
now, come.
I've missed you so
I've
much.
missed you too, baby boo. How are you?
You look beautiful
Thank you. You look gorgeous as
and
well.
amazing.
You always look hot now.
Thank you.
No days off.
No
No
days
days off. You always look hot.
off.
Hot.
Oh, thank
Hot,
you.
hot, hot,
Thank
hot.
you.
So, I think we should wait for more people to join. I want us to be about 20.
Okay.
Then we'll start off. So you
Okay.
guys, please share this
Okay.
video if you know people who would be interested in this topic. We're talking about life after marriage. A lot of people have like great expectations before they get into marriage, and
Yes,
then
a whole lot.
they get married and they're like, what did I get myself into? So I really want to talk to the younger ones, because that was what my post was about today. And people were like, oh, we're not young, but we also want to listen. So if you have friends, mainly people who are single, like Princess,
Yes.
your friends, just tell them to join this conversation.
Yeah.
I want more young people to watch, because I feel like a lot of young people have they a lot of them are looking forward to the wedding, and they don't think
Yeah.
about the marriage. So I really want people
Yeah.
to watch, and just so that they can understand that it's not only about that day. Like, that day is just one day, that
Yeah.
wedding day is one day. Everybody comes, they eat your food,
And the
eat your
marriage is
small
for
chops,
a
and the
lifetime.
marriage
Like
is for a
a
lifetime.
lifetime.
Yeah, so I just
Yeah.
need more people to join. Please, you guys, share this video with your friends. You can also tell people
Please,
to
guys,
to
share
log
this
in.
video.
Let me pin it, because you can
Okay.
actually pin. So let me pin it,
All right.
and then we will just we will start. Just give me 1 second. Princess. Hey,
Yes.
boo.
I've missed you.
I've
Oh
missed you
my
too,
God.
babe.
I've missed you like 1,000 times and more.
Oh, I've missed you too.
Yes, and you're
Okay.
just fine anyhow. You're just fine. This whole Canada weather is just you people and you're just fine, fine,
Man,
but fine, say.
am
I'm
I
jealous.
am I fine like that?
Yes.
Oh,
You're
thank
too,
you.
yes, too fine and too
Oh
fresh.
my
I want to
goodness.
be in
Oh
your
my.
shoes right now.
Oh my, I'm
Yes.
blushing.
Mm.
I am
But
blushing.
that's the truth, though. That's the truth.
I'm blushing.
Now looking so beautiful.
I'm blushing. Thank you. We're 12. I want us to be 20. So you guys, please tell your friends to join.
Okay.
I want people to join. I want more people to be here, because I feel like,
Huh?
this is a topic that never gets old, and it's a
At
topic
all.
that can never be over discussed because people get married every day, people get
Yeah.
out of marriage every day,
Yeah.
and it would be nice to just have people just join and also share their comments. There are a lot of
Yeah.
things that we'll share today that some people might not even have known about.
Mm-hmm.
So please
You're absolutely right.
tell people to join, tell your friends to join. Maybe let's get to 15. When we're 15, we'll start. We'll
Okay,
start.
start. Okay.
Because I find
Sounds
that a
good.
lot of
Good to
times,
know
like when
that.
I go live and then I start, and then people join later and they now start asking questions that have to do
Yeah,
with
and you
things
now
that
have
we've
to
already
come
discussed, and
back
then you're
again
now
from the
just going
beginning.
back, so you're just like, jeez.
I totally understand it. I totally understand it. And I remember we had this conversation before you left for Canada. I
Yep.
think sometime earlier last year we had that conversation, and what the insight you brought into my life that period like made me have to like sit down and I had to rethink. I'm like, really, like, because I was just looking forward to a lot of things, and I'm like, okay. But what if all of these things happen all at once, and after that day goes by, the rest years of my life I have to live it with this person. So I need to be mentally, emotionally, physically ready to process all of that and just say, okay, I'm ready to really do this. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are in that space right now where they just want the whole, he said, marry me, and I said yes, the whole ring, my ring is this, my rock is blinding, my boo is on top of his game, all of these things, and all of, just want to see yourself on various social media platforms saying, oh, congrats, babe, congrats, this, congrats, but people are not really ready for the
Bella
aftermath.
Ninja
And that
weddings.
is what
Hey,
scares me.
Pawon. You want to be on Bella Ninja
They want to
weddings.
be on Bella Nigeria. They want to be I should be girls 2020 hashtag. They want to take it to Tunde page. Like they want to be on Insta blog anyhow, opting with their wedding and their guys. All of these things though.
You're so right. Okay, but let's kick off. Okay, so let me start by talking about myself. Okay, so I got married in 2007. So I've been married
Okay.
for about 13 years now. And I got married, I was quite young when I got married. And I'm happy that I didn't go into marriage, with like huge expectations or thinking, oh, your wedding night has to be this way, or you must go for your honeymoon in this kind of place. I was,
Yeah.
Mentally ready, and I was mature, even for my age, because I understood that the storybook definition of marriage is very different from the real life definition of marriage. And a lot of people don't
Yeah.
understand this. They just feel that you see couples on TV, in movies, and you feel that everybody's marriage has to be that perfect. Oh, it has to look perfect and it has to be perfect, but it's very
Yeah. Picture perfect. That's
picture
the word.
perfect.
Picture
but
perfect.
but but they're a lot, but they're wrong. Because for example, okay, let's talk about the wedding night. When you have a
Yeah.
when you do a wedding that is very big, because my wedding was quite big, and at night when we got back home, I was exhausted, like extremely tired. We were both
Wow.
exhausted, like crazily tired. But people have these, expectations of, oh, you get married, that wedding night. Oh, wow. It's going to
It's
be
going to be like
fire. It's going
this.
to be
Yeah.
this. It's going to be that. I just feel that people need to, take out this whole, like, take out unrealistic expectations from their minds when it
Yeah.
comes to
Are
marriage,
they
because,
unrealistic though? Are they
well,
unrealistic though? Or is it, I think people are not entwined with the other person. So for me, it's not unrealistic. Is the person looking forward to the same thing you're looking forward to?
that is
Or in your
one.
head, you built up
That is one.
already a castle, and nigga is already in a hut. You are in a castle and is in a hut. There's no way.
And
Even the Bible said can two work together except they agree.
yeah,
So
they have
I
to
feel
agree.
like even yeah,
Yeah, and that boils down to communication, which I was going to mention later on. You and the
yeah,
person that you're getting married to, you have to be on the same page, because similar to what
Yeah,
you said,
absolutely.
I'm thinking ABC, he's thinking XYZ. And even when I'm saying ABC,
Totally
he's
wrong.
hearing JKL. So you have to be on the same page, because guys have a way of
Yeah.
hearing, like when we say ABC, sometimes guys have a way of hearing PQR. Like we're saying something, but they're hearing something. They're hearing something else. So it's important to,
Oh
it's
my God.
honestly like, this is the truth. It's important to communicate in such a way that they can hear what you are saying, because a lot of times,
In plain
even
terms.
eh, in
In plain terms, not
in
just here, but in
in
plain.
plain terms,
I
like
think this is what it teaches us in communication. It's not just about sending a message. Does the person understand
understand what you are
the
trying to say.
yes we are trying to say? It's not just do they really understand the intention behind that message? Not just for them to hear and understand, but do they actually have the right intent as regards to that message? And also the channel of communication too matters as well. What we're using to pass that communication. You might think, okay, oh, some people would say, oh, this is the best channel, but you don't know what channel suits that person. So you need to also cue into that mental space and channel that suits him.
And one thing I also want to say, social media has killed a lot of marriages. Like social media has killed even potential marriages. Like people who, could have gotten married, the whole thing died because of social media. So I feel like people also need to be very careful how they communicate on social media, how they even communicate. Let's use WhatsApp for example. Sometimes you send a
Yeah.
message to someone, it could be your friend, it could even be your family, and you're trying to say A, but then they read it because of the side of the bed they woke up on. Maybe they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and they read your message and it comes across in a totally different way. And then they begin to catch feelings. Let me use
Yeah.
those words. So, I feel like when you're even talking about important things in your relationship or in marriage, WhatsApp is not the best medium at all. You need to see face to face. Like there's so much power in face to face communication. You
Face
guys
to face
see
interpersonal
interpersonal,
communication,
yeah, you
one on
see,
one,
you
like
trash it out there and then,
yeah,
and you just settle whatever it is that you want to settle.
yeah,
And if you know you cannot see, you pick up your phone, you call. Because when you also talk, when the person hears your voice, you hear the person's voice, it's easy to go back and forth, and then you guys will now meet in the middle or settle or agree. But then when you're sending messages, text messages or WhatsApp messages, sometimes it's very difficult to understand what
yeah.
you're saying, and the person might take it
Sometimes
the
it
wrong
even
way.
loses its intent.
It loses the intent. Thank you. It loses the intention, the intent behind it. So I feel that communication is very important. People need to know how to communicate properly in marriage, in relationships. It's very important. It can never be overemphasized. Like people don't a lot of people that should be together are not together simply because they didn't communicate properly.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think maybe it's just this era I'm in. Having been with you for some part of my life, I learned a whole lot. Like, it might have seemed like I did not learn, but
And it was such
I
a
really
short
learned a
period though
whole lot.
before I traveled,
Yeah, it was a short
princess.
period, but I learned like a whole lot. Like, my head was so full when I learned like a lot of things, and I'm like, okay, because at that point in my life, I felt like I had like an idea of what I wanted to do when it comes to my marital life. I felt like I had an idea of what I wanted to do in my relationship. I had these expectations. Nigga has to be this, nigga has to be that. Nigga, all these things were built up out of my own, picture perfect engagement, picture perfect wedding, all of that, But when you spoke to me that day, you said something, you were like, do not settle for what it looks like because of your temporal gains. Those words were really like in my head are like temporal gains, but that's true. And and when you said that, what got to my head was, okay, the question is, if you finally get this you want to get, okay, you finally get this whole financial aspect of it from Emega, if you get it to your satisfaction, what happens to the rest nights of your life that you get to spend?
What next?
Is money worth? Is money worth your self-happiness, and comfort inside of you? Like that alone, the words alone hit me like straight down from top to bottom. And I'm like, I sat down, I'm like, you know what? I need to delete some niggas out of my phone. Like, I feel like at that point, I'm like, no way. I just, my mentality changed. And a couple of my friends who got married at that time were pretty young, my age, and they said a lot of things to me. I'm like, okay. And I understood that, wow, a lot of the things that we had, the mindset, being in school, marrying this set of guy has to have this here, all of them changed. Most of them even married opposite because they understood a lot more. There was this, they saw something in this person for them to offer that person. So there was just more to it than just the physical, financial attributes of it. Now, these things are icing on the cake. If you have them, perfect. But there was just a lot more. Is the communication there? How good is the communication? These things are important. And the Bible was so big on communication, and it kept saying that can two work together except they agree? It was so big on communication. I remember back in the Bible when talked about those people who were building the tower, they wanted to get to Jesus. I know the only thing that had issue with them at that time
was language. The language, yeah.
They could not communicate.
Confusion, yeah, they couldn't communicate.
Communication cannot be overemphasized. Like, it cannot be. There has to be at all time. Are you on the same page? Not just the communication. Aside even communication, what is the channel of that communication? You need to understand the person's channel, and you need to understand the kind of feedback, and at what point does this feedback needs to be here. So all of this has opened my mind up after talking to you that fateful afternoon.
Aww.
And I'm like, wow. And it just blew my mind away from then. Like, from then I've not been the same again.
Aww.
The right spot.
I'm so happy to hear this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so touched. Honestly. And you didn't even act like you were paying attention. I was just like, this naughty girl. Oh,
I
jeez.
pay attention. Those words were hitting them. I remember I called you one day. I'm like, I wanted to marry this guy. I wanted to marry that guy. You're like, when you sat me down, you talked. I'm like, okay, that's true. I think it's not the right thing to do. There's no need to jump.
And I'm happy you listened because that also takes me to something that I wanted to mention. People marrying for the wrong reasons. Guys marrying babes because they are very rich or their fathers are rich. And, ladies marrying guys for other reasons, maybe because the guy has money or the guy is a citizen of Australia or Canada and they want to move. Yeah, they want to move. So, a lot of times when you marry for the wrong reasons, it would always come back and bite you. Like, it always comes back. Always. It might seem as if, oh, you're smart. Like, you might feel like, you're smarter than, hey, you want to beat the system. But you can't beat the system. You can't rush the system. Especially when it has to do with love, when it has to do with marriage, relationships. If it's not founded on the proper foundation, then it's going to break because it's standing on nothing. It's standing on nothing. So it's just going to fall down and break one day. And that's why sometimes you even find like people in marriages where the wives cannot stand their husbands after like a few months. Husband who cannot stand the wife. Like they can't even be under the same roof. They don't even want to see each other. They like the minute they see each other, they start fighting. They start, breaking things in the house and all of that because they're not compatible and they got married for the wrong reasons. And, after a while, your eyes will open fully and you're just like, what did I get myself into? Why am I in this? Why am I in this mess? And, and I feel like that's why a lot of marriages are breaking up these days. A lot of young people are getting into marriage for the wrong reasons. And even though they get married for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
At what point did you know you were really ready for marriage? At what point? Like, what was that thing that just made you like, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to move forward with this person. What was that point? What was that lightning point that just made you realize that this was the person I was going to marry and I'm ready for it?
Okay. So with me, when I was ready to get married, I'm very prayerful. Like, I always pray. Before I make any decision, I pray. And, I feel like I have a relationship with God. And, the Holy Spirit guides me as to, how to live my life, what to do, and when to do it. Now, when I wanted to get, and this is something I would say to a lot of people, young people who are not married. When you want to get married, when you feel like it is time, you are ready, have a list of the things that you want in a spouse. So I had a list of things I wanted in my spouse. Now, because I know that no individual is perfect, and that was what I mentioned today on my post, where I said that, looking for a perfect person is like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's impossible. Yeah, because you are imperfect. I'm imperfect. So why am I going to be looking for somebody who is perfect when even I myself am not perfect? So I had a list of the qualities I wanted in a husband. And when I met my husband, I was ready to get married. I didn't even make him see that I was ready. So I didn't come across as being desperate. Oh, I want to get married. No. I was even still in law school. I was still enjoying my life. Trust me. But yeah, I was still enjoying my life. But and I had other guys who had toasted me prior to meeting him and all of that. But I had dates with them, and there were some I was trying to get to know. You know how you're trying to get to know a guy, and then you just see the red flags, red flags, red flags, and you're just like, nah, man. And when the red flags are more, just quit, because it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Marriage is not going to change a guy, or having a relationship with him is not going to change him. No. A guy will change simply because he wants to change. That's the same way a woman too will change simply because she wants to change. So when I saw that the qualities that I wanted in a husband were a lot in him, he didn't tick all the boxes. He didn't tick all the boxes. So yeah, he didn't tick all the boxes. So it's not, I won't say it was just tick, 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 tick. No. There were some qualities that he did not tick, but the important qualities, the ones that were priority to me, he ticked. And that was when I knew that I would love to spend the rest of my life with this guy. So yeah, so for me, I would say young ladies who are not married, young guys who are not married, just have your list of things that you want. Be flexible, but then have some things that you will not compromise on, because you also have to look at yourself and look at who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. This is somebody you're going to be waking up next to every day. Like, you guys are going to be in the same house every day for the rest of your life. If there are some things that you know that you cannot stand, that I want a man who listens to me. A man who is not attentive, X zero. We it's not possible. We can't gel. So if there are certain things that you have to prioritize, and you know that if the man is not this way, I am sorry. Even if he has $1 billion to give me O'Shea, I know do. So you need to have a list, because these guys in question, they know what they want. I think we women, we're more organized. We're more organized. So we tend to know how to organize our lives and our things. A lot of guys,
Yeah.
even though they might seem like they're not organized, they have it here. That's why you see a guy has dated a lady for 5 years, and then he meets a woman and he dates her for 3 months, and he says, this is who I want to marry. They know what they want. Most times they know what they want.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
most
And
times.
also, I want to even find out, what was dating like back in the days you dated? Because right now, dating with this Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok
And all the chats and all the talks, more. You people are
I
trying.
don't know if it's me because I'm old school, or maybe my mentality is different, because I believe in a lot of things. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me on this platform, but I still believe in the old school setting of an ideal date. You go out, meet someone, you have like a one-on-one conversation, like in a cool environment where you guys can both hear yourselves.
It's very, yeah,
Some people
that's
might not have that mentality.
but social
Sometimes it's
distancing
me
now.
that is getting it
Princess,
wrong,
social
it's just
distancing.
people.
Social distancing.
No, but before the social distancing, so, like, I feel like like that one-on-one conversation. I think we've lost the days where a guy walks up to you and says hi and gets your number. It's okay, let's have a date. Let's go out on a date. Let's have a conversation first. The next things you're like, doing this. I know there's really no direct means in like, no straightforward line when it comes to this dating thing. But I still believe in this whole getting to know someone, like have a conversation one-on-one, sit down and talk and get to hear the person for who they really are and ask important questions, not the beating around the bush, not the I hope somebody will not come upon me and say like this that we're out. Like, do you have somebody? Do I have somebody? What's it forward for me? Are we going to be in an entanglement or something?
Or a situationship? Or a situationship? Yeah.
It's all filling the gap.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Princess.
The gap are the ones that have fiancés abroad. You are not the girlfriend in Nigeria. Until their fiancé finish studying medicine abroad, they'll not come back and marry them.
Yeah.
Filling in the gap where the nigga is, with his babe.
Yeah, true. You're right.
I just feel like era where people need to be open and very expressive. That one-on-one conversation. I think that needs to happen.
It's very key. It's important. It's important. Like now, I don't know. Oh my God, I think this thing is hanging on Instagram. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
But my face is hanging. Like I can see my face hanging. My face is hanging on the Instagram thing. And you are hanging as well now. Okay.
Which I think is back on.
It's back on, yeah. But yours, okay, yours is back. Okay, so dating, back to your question. Dating back then, and back then meaning 13 years ago, pre-Instagram, even if Instagram was in existence, it wasn't as popular as this. Pre-social media, because back then, I think it was just High Five that we had. I don't think Facebook was, okay, maybe High Five and Facebook was what people were using.
Facebook was there. And I think things like To Go, things like that.
I never even did all those To Go. I know I did High Five and Facebook. Those are the ones I had. Back then, dating was very interesting because you go out on dates, as you rightly said, the way you said you're old school and, okay, someone on my YouTube said Skype. Bookie, thanks. Yeah, Skype was big then as well. Dating then was an event. Like you would dress up, do your makeup, do your hair, and go out on a date. And then, you just get to know the person more. You guys are talking. Nobody is holding their phones to be checking WhatsApp or to be checking, oh, what did somebody post on Instagram? Oh, what's happening? No. Then you would have the person's on divided attention, and the person would also have yours. So that, that's already an enabling environment for dialogue. You guys are talking. You're getting to know each other. You're getting to know the person. The person is getting to know you. You're not distracted. The guy too is not distracted. No distractions.
You're not snapping your food and posting your food.
You're not snapping your food and posting your food. Thank you. You're not doing all of that. No. You're living life in the moment. You're consuming it all. You're taking it all in. And with it's always interesting and so much fun. Even till now, I am very big on if you come to my house, at least from when you used to come to my house, I will never be on my phone. Never. Because I want to, if you're taking out time to come and visit me, or we're meeting up, we're going out on a date, I will not spend time checking WhatsApp, checking what's Instagram saying. Never. Most times my phone is in my bag, except it rings. And then I quickly take a call and I'm out with my friend, or my friend is in my house, I'll call you back. I'm not one of those people, but then I think it's very rude because a lot of people, you create time, you go to their house, or you guys are having a girls' night out or girls' day out, and then some people are on their phones throughout. It's very rude. It's bad. So now let's apply this to dating. Then you're dating a guy, or you want to try and get to know a guy, or the guy wants to get to know you, and you guys go out on a date, and then either he or you're spending half of the time. Both of you are spending half of the time texting other people or taking pictures of yourself, of your food. It's very wrong. And back then, in my own days, when I was, dating, Guys used to ask us out. I hear guys don't ask babes out anymore. Because I was asking one of my one of my mentees one day, we're talking about relationships, and I said,
you didn't want me to open my
yeah,
DM for
and she
you.
was talking about her boyfriend. She was talking about this. The guy did this. I said, first things first. Did this guy ask you out? Because this thing that you're telling me is as if you are the one dating this guy. This guy is not dating you. Because I mean, you know me, I'm very candid. I'm very frank. Like, this guy is not dating you.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, the guy didn't ask her out. I said, you see that? She was like, oh, guys don't ask girls out anymore these days. I said, me, I don't know. Me, I'm hearing this for the first time. So please, in the comment section, if you are in a relationship, a recent relationship, please let us know if he asked you out. And guys, do you ask ladies out nowadays?
Generation.
What?
I'm in this generation. So a lot of times, like for the past 6 years now, for the past 6 years at least, it has moved from that. The era of, would you be my girlfriend? Let's date, let's have a relationship. Right now, they expect you to understand. Like, sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, what is there to understand?
Understand what?
Clear. Maybe, am I being clear? Yeah, do you understand? They expect you to just go with the flow. Maybe one or two things. You come and visit me several times, we hang out. I take you to maybe one or two parties or clubs in Lagos. You understand what dating. I know you be and I understand. I feel like mentally, maybe that's the reason why I'm very much single and I'm comfortable with that, because I feel like I need to see content from you and I need to see content. Content is important. You talk to me and you're telling me I'm supposed to understand. What's an understanding? There has to be clear terms. Even if you want to have a relationship, I want to define the kind of relationship and kind of friendship you have. You have the platonic. So you tell me exactly what you want. And if it benefits me and if it fits into my space or my mental capacity at that particular time, fine, I'll process that. But if it doesn't, I'm not supposed to understand. I don't understand what you have not said to me. I am not God, so I don't see through your heart. You need to, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if your heart actually has that much of a substance and abundance, I expect you to alter it out. And not just alter it out, the words have to be clear. What are we doing? Are we in a relationship? What's the intention? Now, I tell people this, as a young person, if you want to get into a relationship, you need to even find out from the person. What kind of relationship are you getting into? Which is the first question. Secondly, where is the destination of that relationship? Now, you might not actually get to that destination, but at least you
there's an intention to get there.
Nobody goes to a bus stop, right? Nobody goes to a bus stop and tells the conductor, Oga driver, carry me go anywhere where you go.
I like that. That's a fantastic analysis.
Do you understand? You have an intention. Now, you might say, okay, I'm going to Ojuelegba. And the bus might break down in CMS. And you might not be able to go.
And you might just get down. And somebody else will give you a lift. Someone else will give you a lift. And then you're off.
Yes. A lift. Or you might even get down and you go back home. And you tell the story of, I tried to get to Ojuelegba today, but my bus broke down at CMS and I decided to turn back. That's understandable. I just liken that nobody in the world dresses up, puts on makeup and says, I don't have a destination, I just want to stroll. Even this stroll says, you have a destination you want to stroll to.
Yeah.
You have a corner you want to pass. So I don't expect people to tell me that I understand. Understand what? Words that you've not spoken out of your mouth. I am not inside your heart, so I can't possibly know the intentions of the content of your heart towards me.
True.
You need to be very clear
and direct. You have to say it. You have to say it how it is.
Princess, I want to date you. This is intention. I want to get married, or I want to have a relationship or a serious affair with you in the next 2 years. Fine.
Oh my God, network. Princess, I can't hear you.
All of these things, it makes it easier. It makes it easier to be able to work with that person. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but your face is Oh yeah. You're back now. Perfect.
Okay. So like I said, someone has to be really clear as to what you want. The era of let's understand. The reason why why people are even getting the wrong things, with the wrong people is because they don't even understand what they are into. Some people don't even know they are in a fill in the gap situation. Some people don't even know they're in an entanglement. Some people don't even know they're in a situationship. They're just, dating because they want to date.
They're just going with the flow.
Now I don't have anything against an entanglement, a situationship, a friends with benefit, or any kind of friendship or relationship you want to call it, so long as it's properly defined, both parties are aware, mentally, emotionally aware. People also need to be emotionally aware. That's important, because you cannot put your emotional baggage on somebody else. You know, you cannot make your vulnerability somebody else's responsibility. No, you need to be emotionally aware. You need to understand if this guy is in an emotional state where he does not want commitment. You cannot come with him with what are we? He does not want commitment. You're already ready from the beginning.
That's
There's
true.
no what are we here.
You already know.
You are nothing. That's why he's clearly telling you in plain terms. You did not ask the right question. You know, people don't ask the right questions. Questions like, are you in a relationship? Okay, even if we get into a relationship, what are we,
Some people don't even ask any questions at all.
What are we in plain terms?
I feel that women feel that there's some sort of desperation attached to you asking questions. But, today I will tell you, nah, man, it's very important to know what you're doing. You need to know, because they do not tie your destiny to that man or tie your legs there. Once you know what exactly you're doing there, then it's left to you to now make your decision to know if you want to stay as whatever it is that you people have agreed to do, or carry your legs and just waka and move. People don't ask, and that's why sometimes the guy says, but I thought you knew now that I had a girlfriend. Oh, I thought you knew.
Because you didn't ask.
Because you guys never even spoke about it. And he's going to be dodging because he wants to play smart. He's not going to come out and tell you, oh, I have a girlfriend. There are even guys that will tell, there are some guys that will tell the ladies that they have girlfriends. And the babe is trying to slide the girlfriend, and she's trying to, she starts cooking for him, doing all kinds of things, thinking that, the guy is going to choose her over his girlfriend. Sometimes it works, but most times
I've learned over the years that whether you're domesticated or not, right?
That doesn't mean anything.
And once you, we do that regardless of your domestication.
Of course.
So that is not even, and the annoying part is I think women need to stop putting all their being and their worth on their private part. I think the moment you place your worth on your private part, that is the moment you've lost your self-importance and dignity.
That's the end.
In the club, you have a one-night stand. The next morning, you're asking him what are we? You that followed him to your house. You do not know what you were before. They didn't explain to you. I don't understand. Were they, according to my mom would say, did they tie you popping your eye before you were opening your legs? What kind of dumb question is that? What are we? What are you not?
We are nothing.
You did not know before.
We are nothing.
Because obviously there was no prior communication as to that. These are sensitive things.
Just assumptions. You're just assuming.
Their self-worth. Self-worth. That's why a lot of people feel bad after, having sex with or an encounter with a guy. They just feel like, oh, he has taken all of me. Oh my God, is this what you've done to me? There is so much more to you than your private part. Don't you have something upstairs? What happens to your mouth? There are a lot of things you can do a lot more. And your self-worth is not just allowed. Now, it's important that you protect your body, as it's important. And besides, your body is a temple of God. You cannot afford to just misuse it. It has to be for a person who is worthy of that body, who is worthy to, according to the Bible, said our body is a temple of the Holy Ghost. Say, present your body holy as a sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Him.
True.
We need to be properly aware of certain things like this. All these things are the things that make issues come up here and there. Questions are important. Ask the right question. You meet a guy is getting too smooth and cozy for your liking. Ask questions. Oga, this one you're getting cozy. Is it just the weather? Is it because it's raining in Lagos? What's happening? I'm not your blanket.
What's happening, Gong Gong?
I'm savage at flavor, baby, I catch cold. You need to be clear. Don't understand. I'm not your life jacket, nigga. Like, you need to just be very, very clear. Find out what exactly
is going on.
Some
True.
people too don't understand times and season when it comes to people as well. Some guys come into your life for just a particular period of time. Doesn't mean they are bad people.
I can hear you, princess. I can hear you. I don't know why my face is just frozen. Okay, it's back. Hello. Hello. Princess, can you hear me? I think the network is acting up. Can you hear me?